And today, first let me call upon the timer of the tracking. Today's timer is none other than the Toastmaster Navi, who has taken various roles and is also very popular among club in the area of division as well. He has been introduced as a presiding officer already. So I invite Toastmaster Navi to explain his role as timer.
Thank you, General Toastmaster Lakshman and fellow Toastmasters, friends, and guests. My role is as a timer, my role is to remind all speakers how much time they consume on their prepared speech as well as table topic and evaluation. For example, if their prepared speech is 5 to 7 minutes, then I will show the green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. For table topics, I will show the green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, red card at 2 minutes. For evaluation, I will show the green card at 2 minutes, the yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, red card at 3 minutes. And at the end of the meeting, I called upon by General Evaluator, I submit my final report, and I am handing the stage to General Evaluator.
Now it's time to use the appointer, and today's appointer is from Chennai Toastmasters Club. From Toastmaster Narendra. And Narendra is a yoga teacher and is trying to be the present, right? Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for your clapping.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I'm Narendra, Yoga Master, as rightly sir said from Anandanagar. So today's my role is art counter. As we all know that the purpose of art counter is, while speaking, generally we use and filler words and sounds. I'll be noting sincerely as possible as quickly. In the end, I'll be coming with the reports to report you all. With this, I wish you all the best, all the role players and speakers. Thank you.
Very clearly. Now it's time to invite grammarian, and today's grammarian is from Chennai Toastmaster Club. It's Toastmaster Akash, who's working in L&T as an engineer. So I don't want to explain more detail about this work, but he is the current secretary. He's very new to Toastmasters and is happy to be part of ExCom. He is the secretary of Chennai Toastmasters. I welcome him.
Other Toastmasters, my friends, and my guests. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is ambushed, which means thinking something. Thinking something is funny. Thinking something is funny and want to laugh or smile. For example, Toastmaster Navi kept us anxious with the speech. English language, I'm subject. I will be called by I will submit my report to call by
I mean, it's very new to this Toastmaster Club. I want to appreciate support to come forward and speak. So let's engage him more. I want to come back to Toastmaster of the day. I'll come back one more time.
I feel that one nice breakup project that we have to do between CTM and versus, because all this before COVID, we are very friendly and all that. We've been associated. I think I've been coming to CTM since I don't want to go my age and all that. Back then I had a lot of hair on my head. Let me put it that way. So it's been, and from that time I only see Mia ma'am and Guru in this room. So it's been completely, but it's the club that really grown together. As Jyoti ma'am said, usually we started as Rajni and Kamal. Right? Kamal Wordsmith took a little bit of a turn. We took a dive, right? We took some time off. And then now we're right now. Yeah, we took some time off, and now Wordsmith is also kind of doing much. Right? So it's a kind of old friendship that we are now reigniting. Now it's time to move on to the. And before that, I'd like to recognize the presence of the president of Wordsmith Toastmaster. He is the smartest wordsmith artist in the current club because he goes to IIT. He's smart, definitely. So give it up for Toastmaster Aravind. Okay, now we're moving on to the prepared speech segment. And first speaker is giving her icebreaker. I know why. Everybody knows her. It's a bit interesting. Anyway, I asked her about the theme. Right, so let's focus on the theme. Theme is she didn't find any difference between before and after COVID and all that because during COVID, while the rest of us were sitting in our home, with all the anxiety and mental illness and all that going through and all the domestic dispute and all that, she was out having fun. She's a social entrepreneur and a counselor, and therefore she used her skills very productively during that time. Thank you. Let's put our hands together. As each we have DK Reno, I request him to give seated.
Yes, Toastmaster Jyoti is going to deliver the first of the speech from the innovation and the science sector. The project object may be to introduce herself to the audience and start speaking. Purpose begins such a wide session, and the timer is not the time is 4 to 6 minutes. All the best.
So the innovative planning part.
I'm not going to start. This has been one of something which I've been dreaming of and I'm enjoying it. We can start with the word. Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, today the dream comes around. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always find it precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Speak about it. Go and find out the meaning of precocious. 1916, 61. Feels like 19. Yes, just the 16. Vintage. Hard to go with. Valuable. You can't put it in way. That's the way I look at myself. Excellent wine. Fresh wine. Go and try and check out the Shiraz, which is 75 or 55 years old. I bet you want to buy, but never open one. The energy of almost all of you put together, even better today. I believe in magic. The secret in magic. Affirmation is right here in front of my eyes. I wanted this when I came here. About me, what can I say? Passionate. Leo, the first one. I'm fine if you don't ruffle my name. I mind my business. I give my life if I commit myself. Toastmasters, how together. This time I sat and looked at what are the checklists I have to do. And it was right there. Why Toastmasters? This was a place which was almost zen for me at the time. I entered Toastmasters at the most challenging period after my husband passed away in 2006. It was like a place of healing. I had my friend, why did I come here? Zach called me, I walked in, he said, just join. I said, okay, fine. I had no idea, no expectations. I said, okay, I'm here, I'm giving it my best. My daughter was there visiting calendar, right? Now she says, Mom, are you crazy? I said, sometimes it's good to be crazy. I asked her, what is it you'd like me to change? Craziness is something which keeps me going. I'm committed, I'm grounded. I value people. Nothing in my life is transactional. Everything is about a relationship. People who influenced my life. My mother. Your mom? Absolutely. People would get so worked up when she speaks. So irritated. I need to know something else about. My mom was a woman of softness, but she could get her job done in silence and talk about this pause in her language. She did. Daughter of an army officer. What do you expect? Commitment. People come first. Give yourself completely. Yes, but that comes time. Certain things which can irritate the hell out of many of them. Too bad. I will change which is good for the common good. I give myself for the organization more than the people. I think they are everything to me. What do I do now? My life has taken the ship, whereas let it sit. When I was growing up, I was told always, a huge joint family, there was no way competition was ever encouraged. We would get help. Competition? No way. We had to sit together. When we didn't ever get the report card, we had to sit, listen. They would only say, you passed, clear. Nobody was ever said, she was first, she did better than you. We were all treated like together. When somebody needed to be reprimanded, we were taken aside. But when everybody had to get the message across, we were brought to the floor. What value like that? What do you expect of me? I learned in age is yet to come. I feel you need to give good practices. So I am here. Yet again, I'm going to be happy giving icebreakers. How often can we come up here and tell? 1960, 2023. Traveled across the globe, took me to places, and I'm here, hoping to go a zillion miles. And today, when I got back in 2020, after 2007, back again here, I haven't missed a day. It's still home to me. Toastmasters, for me, as I always say, is an emotion, not a journey. It is not about the prizes or the wins that I get. It is all about what am I doing to keep my mind occupied. So my only evaluator for life is my daughter. Nobody can challenge her when it comes to cutting into slices. In 12 words, she can find 24 mistakes. And when you talk about brevity, she comes to me, Mama. So as simple as that. Life has served me lemons. I was taught to treat it and take it as lemonade. I was kicked. I fell for it. I fight for anything which I think is biased, and I will not stop till it is accepted. That's Jyoti Thomas. Briefly, part of wordsmiths, part of your family.
On some of the themes that you touched upon, I kind of feel my we spoke about doing a little bit of meditation, breathing, and all that, and keeping the negativity away. And just going back to the theme of the day, before and after COVID, I asked one of our yoga masters here, Narendra, has enrollment increased after COVID? And he said yes. Before, only either the husband or the wife would do. Now both the husband and wife are there. So because they want to improve their breathing, they want to improve their mental agility. You know. So it's amazing. And I asked one of our Toastmasters friends, how is Toastmasters changed because of COVID? Often only compare online only. After some of them are now completely online, including mine. TCS, they're all just meeting online. Nobody's meeting. I'm trying to get into offline, we cannot able to, but the offline clubs are doing well because Bala is saying that people are here to improve their body language and things like that. So those are some of the changes that have happened. So that's a using competitive advantage. Having said that, the next speaker is giving his presentation mastering. This is a 15 to 20-minute session with about Q&A session. Very interesting response. He said, no changes. Before and after COVID, no changes for me. I was traveling in cycle before COVID, and after COVID, I was traveling in cycle. I asked him, what do you do? He said, I'm a PhD scholar. Okay, I understand. I get it. I get it. Sharath is a PhD scholar from IIT Madras. His hobbies are reading and exercising. He used to be a big membership and a sergeant. And he's giving his project. And I request his evaluator, he can mark the objectives of his.
My target speaker, Sharath, is attempting the project. The purpose of the project is the members would learn about and practice specific Q&A session, this question and answer session. The purpose of this page is for the member to practice delivering an informative speech and running a well-organized Q&A session. The member is responsible for managing time, so there is adequate opportunity for both. 15 to 20 minutes is not down now. Time on 15 to 20 minutes. That means 15th minute it would be 17.5 yellow and 20th hold it for 30 seconds. Thank you. All the best to Sharath. Thank you.
Evaluator said it's an impromptu speech, not an information speech, but really it's going to be impromptu speech. Have you ever wondered why habits like drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, watching television very easy to start and difficult to stop? At the same time, habits like doing exercise, maintaining fitness, reading books, spending time with our families are very difficult to start and easy to stop. Toastmaster of the day, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm practicing and habit for the past 10 years, the habit of doing exercise. I am here. Last month, I read a book on atomic habits, which reinforced my learning about habits. And I'm here to share the next maybe 10 minutes or so on how habits can shape one's life. And we are going to see 3 parts of the speech. The first part is going to be why. Why we need habit, why one has to follow habit. And the second part is going to be what. So how habits are really formed in one's life. The third part is going to be what. What can I do to improve my habit, or what can I do to break any bad habit? So let's start with the first part, that's why. Why we need habit? Here again we have 2 aspects to it. The first aspect is the mathematical significance. And just to tell about a story, how many of you know about British cycling story of British cycling? One. So till from 1900 to 2003, the British cycling team has Number one, in medals. They have lost, they were quite mediocre in all their performance. And 2003, Dave Bridgeport, a coach, was appointed, and he empowered a small technique called law of aggregation gains. So by that, what does it mean? Doing 1% improvement in everything that we do. And he just took 1% improvement, like he changed the pillow of the cyclist so that they can get a good sleep, and he changed the muscle gel so that the muscles can get relaxed, and everything, the cycle body, he applied alcohol to the tire so that it will provide a strong grip. So all these 1% change was done, and the cumulative effect was tremendous. From 2007 to 2017, the British cycling team had won 175 world championship, including 65 gold medals. And that's the power of small increment. We think the success will come overnight. If we do massive action, we'll get massive success. But that's not true. Success will come only when we do small increment in our habits. And if you want to say mathematically, if you improve 1% every day, if you do it for 365 days, you know how much times it will be better? 37 point already. So 1.01 the whole part 365 will be equal to 37 times. So just doing 1% improvement every day will give you 37 times better than the previous. So this is the mathematical aspect of why we need habit, why we need to focus on it. Next, moving on the biological aspect. And we need to go to 1898 for a psychology experiment done by Erdwin. And he done an experiment in cat. He took a cat and he put the cat in a puzzle box. So this puzzle box contained a liver, a door, a bar, everything. And this cat has to press some particular lever so that it can come out and it can eat some fish in a bowl. And this is the actual experiment. And he measured the time the cat is taking from here to there. And the first, second, third trial went on an average of 1.5 minutes. And the last three trials took an average of 6.3 seconds. 6.3 seconds. And from this, what he came with is the law of effect, learning effect. And he told, if we have some pleasurable thing, the learning process is enhanced. And that's the whole thing that he said. And coming back to our topic, habit. Let's take a human. Assume a human is coming from a work. He's so tired. He's coming to the home, and now he searches. That he sees a book. He takes a book, and there is nothing happening. Like the cat pressing a wrong lever, and he sees some healthy foods like sprouts. He eats them, and nothing is happening. Again, wrong lever. And now he sees a video game. He took the video game. Present, something is happening. He is getting a reward. And now he is getting habituated. Next day, he is not going, 1.5 seconds to, 1.5 minutes to 0.3. Next day, when he comes, what's going to happen? He's not going to waste his time. He's just going to take the video game. And video game is slowly forming as a habit. And this is how habit is slowly formed. And we need a habit because habit solves the problem. For a cat, the problem was inside the bubble. For the human being, the problem was he was suffering from mental lassitude. And habit are something which we do regularly so that it will automate itself and it will solve some problem. And this is why we actually need habit. Now, shifting from why we need habit to how we can develop habit. If you take the literature, there are two models available to how you can develop any habit. The first model was given by Charles Duhigg, the author of Power of Habits. And the second model is given by James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. So I will explain the second model since it is the development of the first one. It's very simple. Totally, there are 4 aspects to developing any habit. The first thing is cue. CUEQ. Second thing, craving, CC, craving. And third thing is response. Fourth thing is reward. So anything we take, first part is a Q. Q is the external stimulus. Q is something which will tell something is there. That's from the environment. First part. Second part, craving. Craving is the internal stimulus. That's the motivation that we get from inside. And the third part is the response, the action that we take. And the fourth part, the reward that we do. Let's take some examples. Say, let's take Ashum, we are getting some notification on mobile. And the notification sound that we hear is a cue. And the craving that creates who is going, who texted, who gave likes, that's the craving part. And we go and take the mobile in the hand, that is the response part. And we open the message and see the message, that is the reward part. It's happening. Suppose when we go into a dark room, there's a tube, and we pray for light. We go to the switchboard, we switch on the light response, and we are getting the right reward. When we walk in a biryani shop, near a biryani shop, the smells of biryani smell coming, tube, and the smell triggers the craving. We go to the shop, we buy biryani. Response. We eat the biryani, we are getting the reward. You take anything, any action, any human behavior, it consists of these four. Cue, craving, response, reward. So if you can understand this mechanism, it's very easy for us to build or break any habit. So let's move to the final part, that is what? What can I do to build any good habit or to break any good habit? So first part, first law, Q, we need to make it visible. I know this is not visible to last people, but still. The first law that we have to follow is make it visible, make it obvious. And the author says some techniques like implementation intention. In my journey of following the fitness, I was following it without knowing what it is. Implementation intention is very simple. We should know what place we are going to do. For example, in my case, I used to do 200 push-ups daily before taking bath. So that is a cue. I know before taking bath, I will. Some people will say I will do this habit at morning 5 a.m. There is some implementation intention. So that is the first part, and also environment. Suppose if you want to drink more water, that is a habit that you want to develop. You need to fill the water bottle and keep it near your eye so that you can see. So that's a cue. So if you want to develop any habit, the first rule is make it obvious, make it visible. And the second rule is make it attractive. Make it attractive, craving. So we need to make it attractive. How we are going to make it attractive? How I made it attractive? Doing push-ups, I used to listen to songs, some motivational songs, or like some songs will be going in the background. I used to do. So that is a temptation building, we say. Suppose if you like any habit, something, say you like to have coffee, you can have a coffee and then do exercise. You can build like, I will drink a cup of coffee and then I will do exercise. Something like that, something you like, building the temptation. That is, make it attractive. And the third part is make it easy. Response. If it is tough, we will not follow. Make it easy. Reducing the friction. Suppose you are joining a gym in your walkway from your home to office, it's easy. Suppose you are joining a gym which is 5 kilometers, 10, 20 kilometers away, it's increasing the friction. So that is the third law, that is make it easy. And the final law is make it satisfying. Whenever we finish a habit, we need to give some reward to ourselves. And the reward that I got is the appreciation from others, the physique that I have. That is the fourth part I have. Suppose if you want to break any habit, now we saw how to build any habit. Suppose if you want to break any habit, same 4 law inversion. Instead of make it visible, we will make it invisible. So we'll make it in, suppose if you are addicted to mobile phone, we'll keep the mobile phone in some other place so that we don't see the mobile phone. That's the first part. And second, instead of making it attractive, we'll make it unattractive. How we can make it unattractive? We'll understand that following this bad habit is so much, it will cause many bad effects, so that it will automatically make unattractive. And third, inversion of third law. Instead of making it easy, we'll make difficult. So we will increase the friction. And last, instead of making it satisfying, we'll make unsatisfying. Here we have 2 points. We'll create accountability partner. We'll tell to someone, I'm going to do so and so. Like they will be the accountability partner. If you don't do that, they will ask. And another technique that other suggests is habit contract, where we develop some contract. If I didn't do this habit, I will give you some 100 rupees or 200 rupees, something like that. That is habitual contract. And these are the 4 steps that we have. And just to summarize, we have seen why we need a habit. We have seen mathematical significance, biological significance, and how we can develop any habit, and what we can do to develop any habit. So just to summarize the 4 parts, cue, developing, so with this, I stop here. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know.
Toastmaster Sharad, you told us how to develop this habit that you intend to start. But then I'm just talking out of my personal experience. I also did all of this and made sure that I go for my walks for 6 months every single day without missing. But then I was not able to follow it thereafter. So how do we retain the newly developed habit? Is there anything that you can tell us?
No.
After following it for 6 months also, I still felt that I was not able to follow it anymore.
Even after we what? Yes.
I did everything. It is now in my system. 6 months I've gone. Generally, people say 21 days, 40 days. But after 6 months also, do we still follow the same routine or what do we do?
To the knowledge that I have, there is some, usually we see progress as some linear curve. But real progress will be something like exponential. It will go, and suddenly it will. And we need to cross a threshold. That is latent potential. The potential threshold we have to cross. Still that, many people have asked myself, why I'm going to gym daily, but I'm not getting muscles. Why it is so? At this time, what I have the answer is that keep doing till you assume you didn't cross that potential threshold. You keep doing. At one point in time, surely you will. That's what I have.
I have a question. I just ordered of CCQ and the craving, but generally it's more the craving which comes first, and then we search for the Q. So how do you think we can manage that?
Because usually,
For example, the biryani, but don't get this anymore. But sometimes once you taste biryani after 2 weeks, it's a craving that comes in your mind. Then you go for it out of the way. So sometimes maybe craving is the one which comes first after the first interaction. In those cases, how do we handle it? Then it's not a right way. Say extremely or okay, beyond the limit. Nothing is bad. Beyond the limit, then it's bad. How do you handle it?
you have to follow that immersion law. Make it unattractive. If it's bad for health, we should more think about is not good. We should think about the bad effects it's going to give us. So by the way, even if it is not visible, we can't control the visibility, but we can control the attractive. So we can make it less attractive. I hope that can be done.
I remember not really a question, though I've read the book now, and sometimes we don't even understand, but today when you were telling, it just occurred to me there are certain things we are very stubborn, like you are not going forward, right? One of the habits when I don't want to do it. And I'm just recollecting what's happening in my case when I'm doing the Toastmasters in Germany. There were few people who were pushing me to break a particular habit. And I would not budge. But I realized what you said in any order, this is a brilliant theory. So I'm a standing example. I said no from 2008, and I broke that habit only in 2020. But it happened because I understood it very differently. I refused to go and speak for women's conference. I left the club too. But so there was somebody who used the theory. So I'm just saying, it comes alive when you mentioned it. Maybe it went invisible, or maybe it attractive, or so. I'm happy I was in school.
Thank you very much. We have time for last one.
Yeah, I'm very punctual, but I got so many times I get punishment for being punctual. So, yeah, suppose like once I went to for karate competition, my daughter's competition was there. I asked my husband, they called us at 8:30. So he said there will be half an hour marching time. So you should go there by 9 o'clock. But the moment that time reached, I just started to, like, my brain started to ask me, why are you going late? Why are you going late? So also, how to deal with that habit. Even in birthday party, if someone calls me at 7 o'clock, I just think that I should be there at 7 o'clock. But people are just so lazy. So just I want to what should I do? I should break that habit, or you should be the same. The people should change. People around me should change. That's what I.
Yeah, so you are fine. Following Toastmasters, but today little late. Even the president is not there. Usually, Chennai Toastmasters stuff used to happen at 4 o'clock sharp. Don't wait for someone to come. They reach that time. Being punctual is something which develops inside us.
Proud of them.
So that they will change them. So much for this opportunity. I know I am very new to this topic, but still, first time I am speaking for the last.
Awesome.
Someone who has a lot of bad habits to break. I found your speech to be very, very interesting. Everybody seems to have read that book, but everybody got the CCR now. So can you say it one more time? Is that correct? They're all saying it, they're all getting it wrong. Okay. Our education speaker is here. Give it up for DPM Chandra. Now, for the most session, topic masters 3 year experience, passion about speaking. Her back to normal observation was that travel has increased by exponential. When all of us can observe, who's gone to the airport, especially Chennai airport, will observe that travel is having more. This is something increased definitely. So travel has increased, and wherever you go, the hotels, restaurants, all seems to be full. So that's seems to be the observation there. So please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Geeta. She is
Everybody. Yeah, it's nice to see a huge audience today. I think it's so unusual. We've just started the physical setup and we have started moving into the physical meetings. We don't get so many guests today. It's nice to see a wonderful audience. So good evening, once again. A lot about travel, journey, and a lot about our habits and all. So I'll base my topics on these things. So before that, let me introduce to the guests what a table topic section actually is. So here, friends, we invite a speaker to the stage and we give them a topic on the stage, which we can call it as an impromptu speech. Now you might ask, what is the use? Like, how does it help calling somebody on the stage and asking them to speak about that particular topic? So to tell you all, it's just helping them to assemble all their thoughts together and put it forward, whatever comes to their mind. So friends, are you all ready to begin the table topic session?
Yes.
So I want one volunteer Toastmaster who would come first so that our guests can have an idea of what exactly a table topic section is. Yes, I welcome Toastmaster. So, Toastmaster, we've been hearing Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas talking about her journey and all of it. So I thought, let me begin my topic with a question based on a journey. So let us have it as a metaphorically. So life is a journey, make the most of it. Could you please enhance on this topic?
Life is a journey.
Let's make most out of it.
Now I interest is better I think that this is a one opportunity where I should make most out of it. Life is a journey. What kind of journey? It depends upon. Someone will say, I like to travel. But what is that travel? If you ask them, life is a journey. So then tell me what is life? What is that? What is journey? Then they will say, life is a journey, and they will stop. But life, when we compare with when we have to compare with ourselves, at one point of time, we need to see also where we want to be and how we want to achieve that goal. I think for me, my aim is to become a chief information officer. So as a first step, now I am working as a technical chief. So now I am improving on my communication and leadership skills. That is the journey which I had set for my year. For next 5 years, I want to be in the project management. So I am working on that journey. So likewise, everyone should have a target in their mind and they should work towards on the journey. So whenever the opportunity comes, opportunity never comes easily. We have to go and search for that opportunity. We have to look at it. So generally, whenever we get an opportunity, so we should convert it into most useful and most purposeful, and so that we can achieve our journey. Here I compare my journey as a goal. So I wish everyone has a target in their mind. I wish all the best to achieve your journey in achieving that goal.
Explain to us that we need to move forward in our journey to do the best thing that is possible and that is expected out of us. And probably also try to tell us that we should enjoy every moment in our life. So I'll now invite yet another Toastmaster to come again to the stage. You need to take your first step, right? So the quote for you is, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Good evening, Toastmasters, Chennai Toastmasters. It's great to be here, witnessing the two oldest friends of Tamil Nadu. And so, RTM said that I am an IIT, etc. So, the first step of that has The seeds of that are sown in a place very close to here. My school, Maharashtra Vidya Secondary School, is about probably a couple of kilometers here. And it's been 5 years since I came that way across Kripa College Road, so the nostalgia of 5 years back just came to me. So a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. While developing a habit or while achieving a goal, if we keep the first step, it will go a long way in us developing that habit or achieving the goal. So if we make a plan and draw the execution, the first step is the one which is the most difficult. For example, if we plan to reduce weight, the first year going to the gym or probably the first week of going to the gym is probably the hardest. And after that, if we have that reward, if we see the reward of us reducing probably half a kilo, then we have a mental picture that if we go for a month, then we will reduce about 2 kilos a month. So that reward, if we have it in mind, then the journey of the weight loss, which is metaphorically 1,000 miles, begins with a single step of us going to the gym for 1 week. So in that way, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step back to the
From this part, I now understand why we need more and more rewards to pursue any habit or any journey or whatever it is. I'll now move on to my next topic. So, do I invite a guest? So, would you like to join? Yes. So, I invite Toastmaster Arunmoli here. So, the topic for you is jobs fill your pockets, adventures fill your soul.
A wonderful good afternoon for our Toastmasters and my dear guests. Jobs fill pockets
and adventures fill your soul.
So, yes, I'm sure we all know we all need a job to fill our pockets. There is no doubt about it. But how many of you are truly happy when you take or when you go on an adventure? How about a sport that you like? How about a dive that you want to take in the beach? How is it when you feel the waters or when you hit the morning sun? This is not part of your job unless you are a tourist, right? Okay? Definitely not, right? So, I'm sure all of us love to use the money that we earn in truly blessed ways. And one of the blessed ways is to have adventures. And I would also relate to the previous quote. A single adventure begins with your first step. So once you get accustomed to the adventure, you will start craving more of it. Once you start craving more of it, you will find cues across. I'm sorry, Sharath, I'm totally deviating from the way you had actually proposed. I'll take the craving first because you just eat one gulab jamun first. That is when you would want to eat the second one. When you eat the first piece of cake, you will want to eat until the last piece of cake. That's how adventure is. But job is mundane, okay? This is the same job, same boss, same office, same reporting. Nothing is going to change. But it is never the same adventure. I'm hoping you all agree to it. Even if you have the same trip again, you will not have the same adventures filling it. So your adventures are going to fill your soul. That is what you will cherish in the later years to come. Tomorrow, when you have full of gray hair, not able to stand still, when you have your granddaughters and grandsons, and then you will have stories to tell. You know those days when I used to travel those hills, when you know those days when I used to stand on the beach, you know those days when I walk on the sand, empty hands and barefoot. This is all the journey that you're going to talk about. But have you ever said to your grandson, you know the day that we were that meeting I flunked, you know that you remember that office meeting, my boss shouted at me. Nobody is going to remember that. As long as you get your this month, forget your jobs. Concentrate on filling your adventures. Adventures truly fill our souls, but jobs fill our pockets. Stay in the adventures, fill your pockets. You're all applauding and understand that you enjoyed the table topic, what she has given you. So as it's now time for me to invite our guest, Priya, would you like to join?
The day of God.
Yeah, I'm already on a lot.
Try your best speech and then maybe I can.
We will cheer you on. So is there any guest willing to volunteer? Okay, fine. After listening to her table topic, I'm already on a nostalgic trip, remembering my Toastmaster I am. Yeah, so I'm already on a nostalgic trip, recalling all the adventures that I've had. So let me ask a question. What is that one vacation that you've enjoyed so far and which you would like to share with us? I'm sure she must have taken you also on a nostalgic trip.
Second vacation, and last one was a horrible vacation.
Okay, you can talk about a strange vacation also.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to that.
But I would like to talk about those.
Fine. We welcome you.
Because people, I was in the bubble and I came first time on my stage at Toastmasters. Before that, I was never on stage. When I heard the term Toastmasters, there is a memory of my childhood when I burned a toast. When I said this, people told me a delicious Toastmaster, DTM. In other way. So, what was the thing which led me to continue to the organization? The thing is, I'm enjoying Toastmasters more than Netflix, YouTube, or any other thing. And so now, when I'm on vacation, my screen time is not more than 2 hours in my mobile. If I'm working, I make sure that it's not more than 4 hours a day. So, fellow Toastmaster, what? Another thing is, I belong to Division C from another district, and Division C is most amazing district because we have eloquent speeches and full of placidity. And today I can see that here also. And I saw the table topics and speeches, especially ma'am, yours was amazing. I loved it. You know, a lot of vocal variety, and when you said about your mom, then in the small way, then PM sir. Yeah, he's from a gym and he's a PhD scholar and he's doing well. Amazing. You are something, I can say that you will have a legend to say, not a story in your future. So that's it. Back to TTM.
I will now invite yet another guest. So I want the guest to volunteer. Yeah. Welcome, Shanti. So we'll be listening to her the second time. She had dropped the earlier time. So fasten your seat belts so that you can have a wonderful trip. Yes, we've been hearing a lot about books, habits, cues, and all of this. So Shankari, please share with us what is that one habit that you need to break or you're trying hard to break? Or you can also tell us about what is that one habit that you want to develop.
So the one habit, so first of all, good evening, all the fellow Toastmasters and guests. So one habit that I wish to form is praising by myself and initiating everything. So now, the person who is behind me, he said, go and try. You've done best in the previous session. You need to go and do. I was like, no, sir, thank you. I think I need to sit here. Can you please don't say it again and again? And he was like encouraging me and motivating me to move on.
And I have such personalities in my life today. That's the reason I'm standing here. And the thing is, the habit that I wish to develop is, as I told previously, I want to take initiative on my own. It's not something that's easy, I can understand, but it's something that I want to pursue so that I can be a better person. And one habit that I need to break is getting easily tensed for something that's new. I'm a person who is always allergic I'm initiated to break the phase of staying in my comfort zone. As ma'am early said something about me, I felt like, okay, I have done something to initiate my first part, which I want to do, that is taking my step initiatively. Thank you so much for encouraging. And this Toastmasters is something into it. I successfully done my first job of getting into anything initiatively, because then even today, when I woke up after having my lunch, I said to my mom, I feel sleepy and I want to sleep. So I will go to Toastmasters next week. And she said, if you are not getting up, then no dinner for you, just go out. That's the greatest limit that I can have. My mom, if not, she will throw me out of the house. I know that. So I just get and ready. And when I called my fellow brother, are you coming with me? And he said, yes, I'm coming with you. And he was late. My mom was like, the mom just called him. He's making you hold. It's very difficult for you to get out of the house. Now this person is also thinking you would stay inside the house. Like, bring him to me. I want to shout at him. By tomorrow, he will be making up in time. So when we are traveling, I was thinking about whether I should say this to him or not. So I successfully if we are calling to my home next time.
You're going to have an awesome time listening to her. You may have, right? I can see that you still have difficulty to control your laughter. Okay, nice. That's very nice. I'll now move on to the next topic. May I invite a Toastmaster, Meena ma'am?
That's not an invitation.
Taking advantage of understanding, to understand something that I need to understand right now. So my question is, ma'am, we've been hearing a lot about the self-improvement industry. So what is your take on the self-improvement industry?
Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, yes. Self-esteem, self-satisfaction, self-improvement. Operating word, self. If you don't do it, if you don't make up your mind to do it, no one else can help you do it. Think about it. None of us here went to school. Every one of us was sent to school. Am I right? That's where it starts. We take it for granted. Someone is going to push us. Someone will do this for us. Ask anyone, why are you working? For money, for adventure, for all of these things. Half the time you're working because everybody else is working. You have to finish you why you're in this job. Get into engineering college because all my friends are in engineering. Or your parents suffered under peer pressure and said, oh, so went into IIT. If you don't get 100% marks, family, isn't this gone? So you got into that trap, you got into learning, getting 100% for physics, chemistry, maths. And you got to live even during the school days. That's when you find life boring. When you think you're doing a job because of other people, you're doing it for other reasons. And it's only when you start thinking for yourself. For most women, that's usually past retirement age. But what can we do? We have to continue cooking. We have to continue looking after life. So for women especially, it's really important to think, what's important for me? What are my priorities? What do I like? What do I not like? What amuses me? What gets me sad?
culture is fast asleep. Joys of life, simple. We have to pick them ourselves. We have to do that. Over to you.
Yes, volunteer, that was truly wonderful. We had a I think we've come to the end of the session. Can we just give a one minute? Yeah. So with this, we will be winding up the topic. Sure. So is there some?
Yeah,
would you like
on
to
the
share
lines
your
of what
experience?
she spoke,
Oh,
I
that's
thought I would
great.
like to share.
So this is our guest. Priya.
Thank you all, very good evening. I'm Priya. So on the lines of what she said, the perspective after COVID, I thought I would like to talk about it. I've been, while I was working, the travel time itself used to take 4 hours for me. Now after it got cut, I thought, what could I do for myself? And what am I doing and sitting at home? And when I had so much time, I wanted to do so many things. And then when I look back, I never pursued any passion of mine. And I wanted to do so many things which I never even thought about it all these days when I was working. So my long pending passion of learning guitar, I thought I enrolled for guitar and I learned for like almost 1.5 years. And then I wanted to learn Hindustani music. And then I thought, okay, first thing I did was they put a personal checklist and a professional checklist. Professional checklist, I wanted to shift job. And all these years, because of this travel and my daughter was very young, and I held on to myself saying, okay, this is enough, this is enough. But inside, I always wanted to move on, change for looking for job. And then I did it, I did it. So once when I started taking my personal professional checklist, I had enough time to focus on it personal. And then what I did, I wanted to learn guitar. Okay, great. I wanted to learn music. Okay, I always wanted to do my house, renovate, and that was in the middle of COVID. Everybody was like, again, please don't let not the workers come and set. And I said, like, I wanted to get it done, and I'm going to sit here for like whole day. And I thought, okay, then I did that also. So what I would like to suggest is, like, in case you want to keep moving in your life, you will have to have a checklist, professional checklist, personal checklist, anything. Only when you pick it off, I think you will progress in your life. And that's a bigger perspective I learned through experience in my life.
Audience. So one thing that I just realized is when you trigger a topic on self-improvement, then the thread keeps continuing. I'm sure if we had more time, we would have had more ladies coming up and talking more and more about it. But unfortunately, it's time for me to hand over the control to the Toastmaster of the day. So here, I hand over the control to you, Toastmaster of the day. All the best.
Okay. We are slightly behind schedule, so let's get going with the general session.
Once again, Toastmasters guys. Now, my role as general level starts for the second portion as I promised before. So we have a set of evaluators to evaluate capacity tests. To do so, to evaluate the first speaker, icebreaker speech from Toastmasters. We have Toastmaster from Chennai Toastmasters Club. He is a purposeful Toastmaster, more than a passionate Toastmaster, purposeful Toastmaster, working at Airport Authority of India. He is a distinguished Toastmaster not once but twice. And he has been part of many speech staff, programs. He's trained many students as well. He doesn't have a count of it as well. So I welcome a distinguished Toastmaster, Venunelan, that he
First of all, he made it very clear, no one can be an evaluator other than the mother. Excuse me, madam, I was asked to evaluate. I was wondering why the PMOD didn't say the title of the speech. Whereas she said the speech title, madam, would you please?
Super califragilistic.
But I need Do you know what does it mean?
It's a nonsensical word that means
No,
that
far
excitement.
as super cauliflower. Delicious, right? So it was like that. Her speech is not an icebreaker speech, it was a groundbreaking speech. That's it. PhD student appear for a 5th standard exam. It was like that. So I'm not going to talk about all the positive things that's already, even every audience knew already. Even one of the speaker already gave the title, the original speed, electricity, everything. That was awesome. Particularly when it was kind of a combo, right? Mix of all the emotions, sadness, happiness, the sense of inspiration, everything was there. So we enjoyed a lot, particularly all things. It's like a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings, like a fight. It was a fight, like your title, everything is good. But the challenge here as an evaluator to find some area of improvement. Was a big challenge. Even everybody was thinking, what this guy is going to say about therapy. But still, you have to find something. Particularly the state movement were awesome. There's no doubt, particularly when you say that, what do I do now? The movement was awesome. Even the body language, everything was good. But at the same time, as a speaker, you have to be very careful. You should not encroach the audience personal zones. Because you are making your audience so nervousness. Because your audience will feel that then she will go away. Because in her personal zone, please maintain the zone. That's very important. As a public speaker, we have to maintain at least 3 meters or somewhat 2 meters, so that we can cover all of everybody and we are not including anybody's personal zone. That's the first thing. And next, I saw the movie Memento by Christopher. That movie was one of the best movies, I could say that. But I had to watch the movie 5 times to understand. So even I can say that he's one of the best directors. The audience perspective, as a layman, I want something which can easily understandable by audience. I understand that you are one of the best speakers, but just think about your audience, whether they can follow you. Because your speech was awesome, but sometimes the transition, everything, you are moving here and there in an advanced level. But just keep your audience in mind when delivering the speech. That's 2 points I'd like to say. Other than it's an awesome speech, I may not say. I hope your audience understands. Thanks for the opportunity.
It's very difficult to evaluate an expert speech. We need an expert evaluator. Expert speaker, that's what is witnessing today. And now it's time to invite the second evaluator to evaluate our Toastmaster Sarat's speech. I invite those distinguished Toastmaster Balamurgan, who is distinguished Toastmaster Balamurgan, who is very passionate Toastmaster, the past media director of ADP4 and the past president of the Canada. I welcome distinguished Toastmaster Balamurgan.
Habits are the compounded interest for self-improvement. To touch on the well and well. So, I really enjoyed this because I read this book for about 4 to 5 times. There was a lot of things on there to take away and implement it. You covered it very well. The moment you started with the definition of good habits and bad habits, that was so impressive. And also the state presence. You went here and you talked about why part of it, then you came here and what part of it is it, and then you said how part of it, right? Well, use that on stage. Very good. And facilitation, it's all about facilitation, right? You started when everything's okay, and you brought James Clear's example of that cycle championship of Britishers, how they broke the side. Around 9. 4 or 5 things I have as a recommendation. Facilitator from the lens of facilitator. Facilitator always puts audience first, right? So could have asked question. So how many of you read the book? Simple. Could have got the pulse of the audience. How many people are aware of this, so that you can change your style of content or whatever. During the year. I'm saying from the facilitation point of view. The second thing is to mix up this how and what. You said how part is CCRR, right? That is what part. Actually, in the first talk when you express that. How part you said what? What part, right? So that got mixed up. We should be very, very careful when we are facilitating. Third thing, question and answer session. You are not the James here. You are a facilitator. If something comes, no need to bother. You can say that, okay, and never come back here. Somebody asked, okay, I had that biryani and all. After that, that is the queue, right? Some, and sorry for using qualification can be done. And the queue got imprinted in your brain because of that. Otherwise, you can say that I rather do that. And third part is another part of that is you said latent potential. So you have explained that very well because there is a value for disappointment valley and the person will have different timeline. Maybe somebody will take 6 months, somebody asks that 6 months, after 1 year. That depends on the individual's capability. That's what James says, and they need to wait till that given time. And then try to start. So you would have done that first. What is that? Then you can explain. That would be sequential stuff. Apart from that, you did a great job. I can say you hit the bird off. 2 birds with 1 stone. You did the book review as well as you delivered the speech. 15 to 20 minutes, just pure. Very nice. And all the best for your future doctor.
Now it's time to invite the acting to provide the report. Let me first invite our timer Toastmaster Naveen to present this timer report.
Toastmaster Paul filling sergeant terms 1 minute 50 seconds. Toastmaster Nagar is the presiding officer, time taken 1 minute 40 seconds. And distinguished Toastmaster Arun Sridhar as the Toastmaster of the day, time taken 3 minutes 14 seconds. And the guest introduction 1 minute 28 seconds. And general evaluator introduction Toastmaster Lakshmana, time taken 6 minutes 8 seconds. With the tag team objectives, Toastmaster Naveen 1 minute, Toastmaster Narendra 52 seconds, Toastmaster Akash 1 minute, and again Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Arun Sridhar 2 minutes 48 seconds, and the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas 6 minutes 23 seconds, Toastmaster Sarat 20 minutes 28 seconds. And again Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Arun Sridhar 1 minute 35 seconds, and table topic introduction, table topic master Toastmaster Geeta Sharaf 1 minute 43 seconds. Toastmaster Guru Ayappan 1 minute 43 seconds. Toastmaster Aravind 1 minute 57 seconds. Toastmaster Ayan as a guest speaker 1 minute 52 seconds. And distinguished Toastmaster Neena John 2 minutes 16 seconds. Guest Priya 1 minute 44 seconds. And we have 2 disqualifications in table topics. And the evaluation question, general evaluator Toastmaster Lakshmana 1 minute 1 second. Evaluator distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilagandan 3 minute 29 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Balamurugan 3 minute 23 seconds, and my name 1 minute 42 seconds. I am handing the stage to Toastmaster Lakshmana.
Yeah, can you just read out the qualified names?
Yeah. Toastmaster Guru Ayappan, Toastmaster Aravind, Toastmaster Ayan, distinguished Toastmaster Neena John, guest Priya. So all the yes.
So thanks Toastmaster Naveen for giving wonderful timer report. Now it's time to invite our founder.
A wife asked to her husband, "What shall we cook, rasam or sambar?" And the husband said, "First you cook, then we'll name it." back to the stage with the video report. So here, all calories being used in those words. Congratulations. And TM Navitras used 4 times soap. TM ODD, TM Arun Sridhar used more than 5 times, and so 1 time. And TM Lakshmi used one time, and so 1 time. TM Navin used so 1 time and 2 times. Grammarian TM Akash used just 2 time pauses. And TM Jyoti, congratulations, madam. You didn't use even a single filler words. Congratulations. TM Navin used so 3 times, but 1 time. TM Sharad used 3 times, so more than 5 times, like 1 time and more than 5 times. Evaluator DTM Balamugan used so 2 times and 1 time. TTM TM Beta used 1 time and so more than 5 times. TM Guru used the TT speaker. TM Guru used so 4 times and but 1 time. TM Aravind used so 4 times. TM Arun just so 1 time. Yes, Subhas so 2 times, but 1 time. 1 time. And give Santi 1 time, so 3 times and 3 times. TM Veena, but 1 time, so 2 times. Yes, Priya, so 2 times, 1 time and 3 times. Thank you so much.
Now it's time to invite Ramarian to present this report, Toastmaster.
Start sentence to be basic. Sentence to be basic. Next, Toastmasters says, do it 1% in everything we do. So we get the motivation to do the extra whatever we do. Group grading response reward are the 4 important things to take an habit. PTM do it for yourself, not for others. Whatever you do it for yourself, not for others. Don't compare yourself with others. So do it for yourself, and do not for your group. And PTM Nina John, man, use the word of the day. I hope everyone will use the word of the day in this series. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akash, Ramarian. So we have an education session. So I thought I'll give my general report. My report maybe after the education session. So I'll join again. Before that, I just want to for people who are filling this test. So for your benefit, for people who didn't know the name of the tactic, the timer is Toastmaster Naveen, accounter Narendra, and Ramarian is Toastmaster Akash. Sorry, and we don't have QAG today, so please don't be concerned. I hand over control to Toastmaster.
Put our hands together for the their evaluation team. They were awesome job. We'll just take a couple of minutes or just a minute to fill up this. Just fill up the voting slip and pass it on to them. And that will give us time to set up the education session. We're going to have a special education session today about the table topics, right? So for the guests, all that we saw about table topics, how do we do? And to give the session, we have a totally special person. He is the district champion of table topics for 2018. So no better person than the winner of table topics district level contest to give this. Unfortunately, you can't go to the next level, table topics. I'll just hold for. The best role player is given to the notes. You can choose between the Toastmaster of the day, general evaluator of the day, and the table topic master. The tag team is very clear. Toastmaster, the best role player, you can choose between the team OD, GE, and the table topic master. Okay. Shall we pass it on? Close for. Yeah, please pass it on to the sergeant. He's sitting here. Please give it to your neighbor and we'll move on. Okay, as I was saying, today's special education session is about table topics, and we have the table topics and all that coming up. And who better than the district champion of edition 2018, Deacon Chandrajan, to give this. Not only has he been a district champion in table topics, he's also been a district semi-finalist in ISC in 2017, district finalist in 2020, and the first runner-up in 2022. So he is a manager, HR manager, talent and organization development, government solutions, awarded as the Young HR Achiever by last time 2020. In those masters, he's been advanced community with silver, advanced leader with bronze. He's a BTech in government science. Please put your hands together to welcome Deacon Chandrajan.
And very good evening to everybody present here. I really feels delighted to face audience close to 2.5 years, and lots of experienced masters who have been in the fraternity are continuing to add value to this call. And I could see a lot of new faces who have joined the fraternity as well. I believe you belong to the COVID batch of those masters. Right.
Monday to Friday we grind the office. On Saturday, most of us will be a great relaxation. So they look forward to getting on that day. You'll see the same thing. This is a great place to relax, have fun, enjoy, and to develop our own experience. What do you feel? What do you feel about it? There's a huge recognition. Seeing them, we want to go. Starting with the basic figure, this was a the basic figure of this figure, and best evaluate a detail weight figure. Best start to the and the best role player video. For attending the meeting, I would like to call the business.
Area development space to facilitate our educational speech.
So with this, we adjourned the meeting of Chennai Business Cluster meeting of Assembly and Chennai Business Cluster meeting.
Yeah.